We continue to follow breaking news. We are awaiting an update about that police officer from Manhattan Beach that was killed in a crash on the 405 early this morning. We are hearing that it involved that officer on his motorcycle as well as two other cars. All northbound lanes of the 405 in Carson have been closed during the investigation. We see someone there waiting at the podium to give that update. And let's listen in now.
My name is Lieutenant Kelly Benjamin, and I oversee the Community Affairs Bureau at the Manhattan Beach Police Department. It is with profound sadness that I stand before you today announcing the passing of Chad Swanson, a Manhattan Beach Police Department motor officer who was with the department for 13 years. Earlier this morning, Officer Swanson was riding his police motorcycle and he was involved in a traffic collision on the 405 freeway. The California Highway Patrol is the handling agency, and I do not have any details or specific circumstances on the collision at this time. Chad was 35 years old. He is survived by his wife, three very little boys, his mother and father, as well as many other family members. I will have more details for you on this at a later time. But for right now, I want you to know that Chad was an officer with us for about 13 years, and he started his career as a motor officer in 2017. He loved riding his motor. But most importantly, though, Chad loved his wife and his three boys. He had an infectious smile, and he was always positive. He was simply a joy to work with every day. Many of you may not have known Chad personally, but you know of him. He was at the Route 91 festival when the shooting occurred a few years ago, and he personally was responsible for saving several lives and helping rescue victims out of that area. My police department, along with our partner agencies, will shortly be escorting Chad to the LA County Coroner's office. At this time, we do ask our community members to line the route to honor our fallen officer if they're willing and able. The procession will take the following route: left on 220th Street, left on Vermont, right on Carson, southbound Figueroa, the 110 North to the 101 South. We will exit Mission and go to the left from there. I'll repeat it one more time. The procession will be left on 220th Street, left on Vermont, right on Carson, southbound Figueroa, to the 110 North, to the 101 South, and we will exit Mission. Like I said before, Chad was an important member of our department. He was an important member of our community. We're hurting. We're grieving. This is just awful. I want to thank everybody who's already reached out for support, our community members, our fellow agencies, our city departments at the Manhattan Beach Police Department. We will have another press conference soon that will likely be at the Manhattan Beach Police Department station. But for now, the procession should begin shortly. We are going to prepare for that and properly honor our fallen officer. Thank you.
You've been listening to an update now about that Manhattan Beach police officer that was killed on the 405 this morning. He's been identified as 35-year-old Chad Swanson. He was with the department for 13 years. He was a husband and father of three young boys. He's survived by them as well as his parents. He started with the department as a motorcycle officer back in 2017. He's been described as a joy to work with. He also was at the Route 91 shooting in Las Vegas and is credited with helping to save a lot of the victims there. Of course, we will continue to follow this story and have much more coming up later today on KCAL News.